What's going on, YouTubes? Time for a recap. So, we're going to get right into her today. Beautiful, beautiful day, but some little reoccurrences back and forth here, which are actually pretty unique. So, let's get into it. So, the QQQ, we were starting pretty low in the pre market, right? So, very early, we're under yesterday's lows that we have in the blue here. That's yesterday's lows, and we get some price action, a little big W play right there. One of my favorite patterns. You see this price action returning right to the center of the big W like it's supposed to this morning. Very nice on the pre-market open level purple as well. So we're going to focus on a little bit of that dip to full-on scam breakout long. So a couple different things in fuse, couple different things on the Q. So one of our major precursors always is taking your high-low Fibonacci and giving us a golden, gold-colored pocket here, right? And what we do with that is we use that as an everyday magnet no matter what. So if you're on the bottom side of your pre-market, so if you're hovering at yesterday's lows, you have a great attempt to come up to the GP. If you'd be hovering around yesterday's highs in the orange, you have a great chance to return to that GP. Okay. And that's what we used. So we've seen it kind of coming back up here over this algo position here. So we do have one algo candle on the Qs. So we do chart these off as well. And then we had a opportunity to see the magnets kind of persist here. So we did catch this big short. I'll go over that in a second on NQ. But overall macro for the day, anything above yesterday's lows generally returns to the GPs more often than not. So the last piece that I told my team as well, that you'd be a long bias to yesterday's high as well on SPY. So again, it's the same jam here on the SPY. We're inside yesterday's lows, which can return to yesterday's close in GP. If you zoom in real close here on trend, we got a little bit of that high, right, from high day push, came down, created this giant wick area right on the volume weighted average price in the purple. So we decided to swap that long right at the end of the stream, right here, coming into that 10 a.m. as we decided to hold the 3820, which is just the bottom part of the golden pocket from our high low, right? And with that being said, we had a beautiful long to yesterday's highs. So one of the things that we did take into consideration too was some of these very large candles that didn't have GP tags that then came back. So these paired candles right here, we did fib out, and we said anything over the golden pocket, you could see this baby run a little bit and start walking itself back up. So here's the golden pocket of that 5 minute. We clearly have the bigger dailies there as well that we've seen kind of pushing into the top of yesterday's close. So it did hold that big 5 minute candle GP, pushed up, hit the 1618, came down just a little bit and squeezed up to yesterday's highs. Now yesterday's highs did conk out here a little bit because it is pre-CPI day. We're not going to get any kind of big range moves till after we see the data tomorrow, right? So that was one of the last moves. So let's get into the big day trade short that we did for the day. Show you what happened. So we had a couple interesting points of interest here. We're going to drop down to the 1 minute. We're going to find those algo gaps that we love so much. And then we shorted the pop at the open, okay? 8:30 a.m. Central for me. So this huge pop right here, we started shorting the lower high on the 1 minute chart, chasing this 1 minute gap. And well, we love those. So here's that 1 minute gap on the indicator. Right. And then after that huge push back up, we started breaking down, right? And the QQQ, lucky enough for us, if you remember, I always trade the NQ off the QQQ. And when it did open up, I'll show you right where it failed is the top of the algo we just did in the green fib. So I seen the QQQ open up, plow right past the GPs with effortless, right? This is the golden GP right here. Should not have been that effortless. Big squeeze and then slammed into the top of the algo. So I started shorting the lower high, expecting this huge impulse move to at least drop down to VWAP and leave some runners on down to the bottom of the algo and lower, which we did get. But we did have an NQ target. Because of that rejection on the QQQ algo, we did target this gap right here. So this 1 minute gap, bam, 22,873 and some pennies. So that big short was literally just from the top of the QQQ algo from the rejection here. You can see an NQ. We shorted the lower high. Stop would have been above the highs. And then we magneted right down to the 1 minute. Now, we did have a inverse double FVG here. I do want to talk about this real quick. A lot of people are asking a couple questions on this guy. these are fair value gaps for continuation plays. We don't expect these to drop back down. For one, our algo system picked up the bottom right here for the NQ. We actually called a little over 116 points we got today on our accounts. Altogether, I think it would be about 8K today or something like that. But we just hit a banger. It was right at the top of this candle, all the way down, 131 total. We played 116 of those. So the 1 minute chart here shows you this double FVG, right? I'm not huge on this style of trading, but I will pay attention to the doubles, and that is literally it. I don't care about any of the other fair value gaps. I only care about these large, next to each other, double fair value gap things, whatever you want to call them. I use these with my system, so let's take a peek here. This candle has a no golden pocket tag, right? Gonna mark that baby off. There we go. And then with that candle, we use, right, standard Fibonacci, so we got a no tag, right? So when that breaks out the candle, hits the 1618, the rule is for Fibonacci is when you draw a candle, pushes to the 1618, best chance scenario is coming down to the 100 before it runs to the 2618 and beyond. So this 1 minute candle held up with a beautiful double FVG guy here. So you can see from that break up to the 1618, tag the 100, which is tagging into that fair value gap, and then pushing to my favorite 3618. But something very unique happened on this 3618. My crew will know right away that is a scam shy from the 3618. We just played one of these in my last YouTube video that I posted today, fixing a $2,000 red, changing into a nice little 15 green. That video is on here as well if you want. And this is the same similar scenario. So this 3618 shied it, so it came back down, started holding outside support, which is going to be something like a fib right here, which would have been a no tag GP. So if you were to fibbed out this guy right there, this would be a GP in line with the 1618, 100 EMA support rolling as well. And lo and behold, she pushed right back up to fill the scam shy, right? We love those. So from this fair value gaps hold, we had an extension play to the 3618, came back down, held the 100 EMA at 1618, and then came back and tagged it. Scam shy algorithms are super important to pay attention to. It's one of my best trading strategies with fibs, and I play this every day and post it for free. So this 3618 shy, so you can see, zoom in really close there. That candle wick did not touch it. We have a high percentile chance for this one little 1 minute fib. So as long as it stays on trend, high, low, higher highs, we paired that with a beautiful double fair value. And anything above the golden pocket here, we'd be ranging for a long back to the 3618, right? So this whole sentiment is a buy the dip scenario, like that, until we get to the 3618. And we also identified that being over the SPY's 50 high-low daily, as we had said before we got off my stream at 10 a.m. So short and sweet on this one. That is the only two plays I picked. We didn't do a whole lot of anything else because of pre-CPI. So for my crew, please don't forget, tomorrow we are going to be streaming early. I'll be streaming the live CPI trades, and we'll be going from there. If you want to tune in live with us, the link is in the description to hang out. If not, drop a comment on the video. I'm back from vacation. I'll be pumping out videos every single day, and we will give away that free cash as we do every weekend. Thanks for tuning in.